All right, folks, good morning. All right, let's get started. All right, so for today, Tuesday the 21st, we have the following. At 9 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Waller speaking, which is expected to have a significant impact. Then we'll have FOMC member Barkin speaking, which is not expected to have a significant impact. At 9:05 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Williams speaking. At 9:10 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Bostic speaking. So during that time, we should get some market impact, of course, because at least one of those speeches is coming from, is expected to have significant impact. Then at 11:45 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Barr speaking. And then after that, the next FOMC member speaks after market close. However, at 1 p.m., we'll have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking, which should not have any significant impact on the U.S. market, but you never know. But it shouldn't. So we'll see. All right, so basically, I would say for the most part, we're in the clear in terms of economic data um, from market open all the way till um, about 11:45 a.m. Should be pretty clear for trading. As of right now, on the Nasdaq, looking at the QQQ ETF, currently we're looking like we're going to open lower than where we closed yesterday. The red line there is yesterday's close. Clearly, the price is lower. And if we look at yesterday's action, we can see that prices were mostly bullish. We had a significant rise in the QQQ yesterday. Looking at the stocks which were moving yesterday, we have the following. First up, we have Netflix, which was a great performer yesterday. As you can see, a very strong bullish trend. Was able to easily pass our target number two to the upside of 631.95. Then topped out at 644.37. Got most of its momentum after it received a price target upgrade from Wedbush, who raised their price target for Netflix to $725 per share. Next up, we have Microsoft, which was able to reach target number two to the upside of 426.30. Then it topped out somewhere near 426.77, it looks like. Stock had a very quick and clean move up, so we were able to catch at least half of that. So very nice move. Uh, Next up is Apple. Now, Apple, we did catch that a little late, but it was able to pass target number one to the upside of 190.82. Then it topped out about 3/4 of the way to target number two to the upside, topping out at 191.92. Next up, we have Qualcomm, which was a very nice performer, able to reach its target number two to the upside of 197.87, and then peaking out at 199.99. INTC was bullish, able to reach target number one to the upside of 32.25, but then it topped out only about 1/3 of the way to target number two, topping out at 32.42. Tesla was bearish, able to reach target number one to the downside of 174.39, but then not able to proceed beyond that, just flattened out down there. Next up is Lululemon, which was on a good trend down, able to pass target number one to the downside of 327.01, but then only went halfway to target number two to the downside, bottomed out at 323.66. Google was bullish, but not able to go very far. It reached target number one to the upside of 177.84, but then topped out about halfway to target number two, topping out at 178.77. Finally, we had Cisco, which was very bearish, able to reach target number two to the downside of 47.21. and then it bottomed out at 47.01. So that concludes what we saw yesterday. Looking at the pre-market action, um, I have several stocks to look at, or more than several, so let's take a look at them quickly. BDRX currently up 78.7% on 20 million shares. It's at least $2 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that to the pre-market radar since it's over $1 per share. BDRX again is the symbol. Next up, I see CTNT, which was up a lot more post-market. This stock went up to $45 post-market, so it looks like a short squeeze happened there. Um, yeah, this must have had a short squeeze after market close, hit $45 a share, and then sold off from there. Presently, the stock is down 46.36% on 2.5 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market radar. Looks like the meme stocks are not just meme stocks anymore. It looks like what these guys are doing is rotating. So they'll go to one stock, pump it up, force some shorts to lose money. Then they'll roll over to another stock and do the same thing. So, basically it looks like it's a pretty effective tactic so far. Anyway, moving on, we have Edible, EDBL, which was able to was up to 9.69 a share in the pre-market here, but currently it's up 33.4%, 2.5 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll add that to the pre-market radar as well. Next up, we have FFIE, which I don't think is qualifying. Oh, it is. Okay, it's down 17.78% on 31.1 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. Okay, so we will add that FFIE to our pre-market radar as well. Next up is GTBP, which is currently up and moving quickly right now, up 90%, over 90%, 3.9 million shares. It's trading around $15 a share, so at least so it's well over $1 per share. So we'll add that to the pre-market watch list as well, GTBP. All right, next up we've got MMAT. Wow, that's a lot of stocks that look like they squeezed. I don't know if this is a short squeeze, but it's up a lot. This one hit a high of 460 a share. Currently up 26%, 3 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we will add that MMAT to the pre-market radar as well. And then we have PSNY. This is not looking good for. All right, it's actually down 6.27%, but it's just barely above $1 per share. So I'm still going to add that since it does meet the criteria. 7.9 million shares traded, but this one's not looking like it's going to be able to sustain itself above $1. And let's see, that is it as far as the stocks are concerned. So if you folks see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. Looking for NASDAQ listed stocks only, trading at least 1 million shares in the pre-market today, and have at least a $1 per share price or higher, and at least a 6% price change, positive or negative overnight. Jen mentions MTC. Since that's not on our list already, let's take a look. Yep, that's currently up 20% on 13.8 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll add that. But obviously, we also need to note that this stock had a massive decline yesterday. So it's just barely coming back from a massive decline. So we'll add MTC to the radar. All right, if you folks see any other stocks, I've got to wrap up here in about 10 seconds. Let me know in the chat if you see any other stocks that meet our criteria, and then I'll add that to the list. So far, we've got the following. Let me post them inside the chat. Okay, these are the ones we have so far. BDRX, CTNT, EDBL, FFIE, GTBP, MMAT, PSNY, and MTC. And like I said a second ago, it looks like a lot of these stocks are short squeezes. Um, so looks like we have the gang of Reddit traders moving around, which appears to be working. GME, oh, that's actually an NYSE stock, but yeah, you're right, it's close. I keep forgetting that's a New York stock. Yep. I can't add that to the list, but that's worth noting. It did have GME looked like at the end of yesterday there was a bunch of shorts that covered right before the close, and then slightly after. It went vertical at the close, and I didn't see any explanation that made any sense. So, um, Scaramucci labels meme stock mania led by GMC and AMC as French Revolution of Finance. That's funny. All right. Um, well, they said they're not even sure if that's the real one, but it doesn't really matter. As I said a couple of days ago, it just comes down to retail versus um, professional. It's just a slug fight, right? So as long as people don't expect that they're going to become rich off of trading AMC or GameStop, then it's no problem. It's just a tug of war to see who wins, and it doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothers me is if people are expecting that, they're going to be rich off it. You might make some money. That's all you should look for. Maybe you make some good money, but you know, I wouldn't expect to take my 10 grand or something and or 50 grand and turn it into tens of millions. That did happen the first go around, but you would have to have been on pretty early to catch that much of a percentage gain. All right. All right, folks, so we'll wrap up for now. Please be sure to like the video. I see we got 12 likes, but more than 12 people are watching, so please be sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. That way you can know if, in case I forget to post the link to broadcast earlier. You'll see it showing up in your feed. Other than that, if you're watching this on a replay after we're done here, please be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. There's a link in the description of this video. Other than that, for those in the coaching room, I'll see you there in about, looks like about 22 minutes, and then we'll pick up from there. Have a fantastic trading session, folks. I'll see you for tomorrow's Premarket Pulse. Take care.